Joining me today, once again, I have Gladys Hrabi. She is the CEO of Catholic Health Association of Manitoba. She started an initiative, and we're going to hear more about it as it has gotten up and running. Before we do that, though, can you just remind us what is Bridging Generations program?
Thank you so much, Sylvia, for having us today. So, Bridging Generations program is an intergenerational project. So, we believe that there is room for the older adults and the younger generation to connect and bond, and that it will benefit our society really to have this connection that has been lost because, for so many reasons, technology, our own biases about each other. So we just felt like it is a very good time to have that, especially with a very divisive and polarized society we are in today. And I think it's a good opportunity for everybody to be on the same page and get to know each other in a fun and meaningful way.
Hmm. So you've been working on this for quite some time, but I
Yes.
believe this actually got up and running just recently. Tell us how that's going.
Well, thank you to CHVN. I think you gave us that opportunity to actually promote this on the radio. So we were able to get in the first phase of the project. We want this project beforehand. We really want it to be co-designed by the people who benefit from it. So when we did the phase one, we want to have it co-designed by the older adults and the youth they're going to be designing the program, and they did. So out of that advisory group, we're able to have 4 topics and 4 themes for the 4 months that we'll be running the program, with 6 care homes and senior facilities that signed up to be our partners. So just recently, and it was so recent, it was yesterday, we had our first intergenerational jazz connections. And we brought together youth under the age of 25. And then we have the older adults, and we have this event where they talked about music and how, and we just have the jazz as a background because I think it's beautiful, especially with the seasons, holiday season coming in, and we have that as a background. But otherwise, the point of the connection is really to get to know each other through music. What are the differences in terms of music preferences from the older adults back in the day? What were the stuff that they remember? And we believe that music is the language of the soul. So it really is something that ignited some memories for older adults, and at the same time for us, kind of like a same language spoken by even if different generations. So that was beautiful. Yeah.
That's incredible. I'll just really quickly say I have a 19-year-old and a 16-year-old,
Yeah.
and they can be a little quiet, but I am telling you, if you ask them about music, boom, like they are just thrilled to talk about it. And I don't think they're the only teenagers or young adults, that are like that too. So I think that's fantastic. I would
Yeah.
love to know, what was the response, or did you get a response from any of the participants?
Of course, like it was like, and I was surprised that I thought that the old and the young ones would not really, would not connect with the music. But it was amazing because we were playing Sound of Music, and who doesn't love Sound of Music? And I have younger adults as young as 16 that were, tapping and listening and singing along. And it was just something that, oh, everybody knows this music and everybody can relate to it. And I think there was an exchange that even within generations, it's not no different, right? So, and then they get to know and get some wisdom from the older adults, what it was like for us back in the day, how music got through to us, and how music helped us in the days that were, it was not so good. And I think it's the same way for the young ones. And it has a very good feedback yesterday, because I felt like there was a connection, and it was just a backdrop for us. Like music was just a backdrop, but more importantly, there was a connection. The youth loved the opportunity to be there, and then the older adults loved that there were like younger ones that are actually connecting with them in a way that they wouldn't have without the program at that sense. In that sense, yeah.
Yeah. Yesterday, you were doing kind of a time around music.
Yeah.
I think you said there were four,
Yes.
or is
Yeah.
it always music? Like, what are the other ones then?
So we have music for the month of November. We have music, and we're gonna run it in 6 care home supportive housing and care homes. And then by January, we're just skipping December because it's holiday season. So by January, we would have intergenerational trivia. I believe you have kids. I don't understand what they're talking about sometimes. So, but it's it's good that we can understand what they're talking about, like the things that make them feel alive and the things that it's. So the point of the exercise is really to get to know each other, and if we get to know each other, then they would understand each other. So we love the intergenerational trivia. Then we also have a human library. So they would talk about things that they're so passionate about, and they, for example, but maybe older adults would understand what TikTok really is. So, why is everybody talking about this thing? So that could be a human library topic. And the last one would be arts and crafts, because everybody loves arts and crafts. And yeah, those are the three ones that will be launched January, February, and March. And we are still in need of youth. So, and if any of your listeners are interested, it really is different because each of the theme is, even if we have a theme, the entire point is really how each of the theme would make connection and meaningful connection with older adults and the young adults. Yeah.
It's truly incredible. If there's any teenagers who might be interested, or like you said, young adults who
Yeah.
want to get involved in this, how would they do so?
So they can just follow. We are on Instagram, and they can just follow us on Instagram or send us a DM, or they could email us at admin@cham.mb.ca, and then we would then they can choose which areas and timing. We only need like about 1 hour per event. So we have 6 sites. So they can just choose which sites they would prefer and the timing that they would prefer, because we have to work around the logistics as well, like the timing for the care homes and then the supportive housing. If the time and the place fits them, they're very much welcome. And we are going to do some training with them, so they don't need to have all the expertise. They just need to have their heart and then their fun and the meaningful ways that they can actually connect with older adults. And I think it's a very important thing for every youth to have, and to have that meaningful, productive, and you know interaction with the older adults in a way that is facilitated in a very structured environment.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Well, I know with my kids' school, part of one of their courses is
Mhm.
having volunteer hours,
Yes.
which actually I think is simply fantastic. So this is a great opportunity for them to get involved, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they can get that sign on their sheet, but it goes so much further than just that, right?
Exactly. And I said that to we've been doing recruitment, and we've said this, like, if you're looking for that, sometimes it's just knowing that it's out there, that we are one of those places that you could sign up for. And who knows, you might find it so much fun and learn more that you would end up really volunteering to that place, right? It's one of those things that you find like, oh, it also could be like some kind of a gate would open for you, that you would really love to be in that sector as well, in the older adults in the future, especially for those in high school who would want to know where they're going to go, what the career they want to like. So maybe healthcare and serving the older adults, or in social services, it's for you. And this is a time to check if it's something that would be meaningful and you'd find career in the future. So it's a win-win in other ways. So yeah.
That's fantastic. Is there anything else today, Gladys, that you wanted to share?
Well, I just want to thank you, Sylvia, for this opportunity to update everyone. I believe you're so instrumental to actually put it out there when we were just starting. And we're so excited for this to move on, because we will have another one this Friday, and it would be at Lindenwood Retirement Living. So all of these things, I know a lot of people or a lot of the kids out there, you might be interested, and you just don't know where to start. And I think starting, it's the hardest part. Once you're started, it's going to be easy from there. So I hope you'll find the time to follow us on Instagram or follow CHVN and see us out there and get to know more about the project, because I believe we really need connection is something that we could have and so important in our lives right now.
I completely agree. Thank you, Gladys, for all that you're doing to
Thank
help
you.
bridge these generations.
And thank you, Sylvia, for connecting. So we're making this connection, and thank you so much.
My pleasure.